Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens. I'm Ronnie and that's Ben over there. Hello. Ben.
Hello. How are you?
How's it going over there?
It's going great, thanks. It's Monday morning, ready to dive into the week. How's it going with you?
Monday. Good. Everything's just great over here, y'all. Run up to the holidays. We're going to be on Amazon Live today to talk about a little holiday shopping, etc. And that's at 4 p.m. Pacific time. You can find a link in our bio on Instagram, okay? Also, that's it. We're recording a movie this week for Christmas with the Reality Gaze. We're super excited. That's My Secret Santa on Netflix. Looks amazing. Looks like a really high-quality film. Mm-hmm. And that's it. What's been going on in your life? How's your post-birthday glow?
Post-birthday glow is fantastic. Had a little birthday party this weekend, which was nice. Thank you to my friends who showed up. And apologies to people who I may have forgotten to invite. And a little cookie party. I went to my friend's cookie party. It was just a really fun, great weekend. You know, watched some football. I took a gander at Reality Hot Seat on Peacock, which was an experience unto itself. So
tell me about it.
Well, we love everyone who's involved. We have friends who are on the show, and we love when our friends get opportunities. And this was a quite the interesting experiment. What would happen if Bravo people and Rob Mariano just watch football as it happens? And I have to say, I think as experiments go, it's one we'll always remember.
So it didn't hit very well, huh? So what'd they do? It was like sit around and watch the game and talk about the game, or talk about other stuff, or what?
Well, so I tuned in the beginning, I tuned in like 25 minutes into the game, and Bronwyn was on there, and she was giving like fashion updates. She was like analyzing some of the guys' fashion as they walk into the stadium. And Bronwyn was actually very good. Like, she definitely is very comfortable in that like talking head kind of space, talking about fashion. And then like, I don't know, it was like a lot of over talking, and I'm one to talk. I'm one to over talk, I should say. So sometimes these first episodes, people have to get their sea legs and their chemistry. But it was pretty chaotic. Rob was just like his eyes were, he was trying to watch the game instead of actually being on camera. So he's just like staring down at a TV on the floor the entire time. And he's like, well, they got the ball. And now they're going to run with it. It was just,
sounds great.
It was not a triumph perhaps, but the vibe was fun. Nice energy. They had a little in-studio audience. It was brightly lit. They were having fun.
It was brightly lit. Yeah. Yes, Ben. I love that. That is totally someone who comes to see your community theater show and has nothing to say at the end. There were so many lights.
Yeah.
I mean, the lighting was just so bright.
But it's like in Bullets Over Broadway where Diane Wiest, when she's read the playwright's script in that movie, and he's like, so what did you think? She's like, oh, well, I didn't really care for the story or the characters, but the binder, wonderful choice. But then, so it was weird because like the game was happening, but you weren't actually watching the game. You were watching like Bronwyn talk about fashion. I was like, but aren't you supposed to be like, what? Aren't we supposed to be able to see the game at the same time? Then I went to a cookie party and I came back for the final like 5 minutes of the game, and they were actually now watching the game. It was a split screen, and it was just chaotic. It reminded me of the time when you and I and Matt Whitfield auditioned for The People's Couch, and we were like, because that's literally what they were doing. And Heather Gay, I don't think Heather Gay was listening to anyone. She just kept on talking over every single person. And she kept on, people would like set her up for jokes, and she was not yes-anding. She was just in her own world, and it was just like, oh no.
Well, glad I missed it. I watched a show called Obituary on Hulu that was really good.
Oh, I love like a feel-good comedy.
It's so good. It's like a female Dexter. This girl who works the obituary section, who starts killing people. That was really good. And I watched a lot of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
How
And
is
God,
that? How's that going?
it just keeps going. I mean, I feel like I've been watching it for a long time. I mean, I can't binge it because it's just too much numbness in my brain at one time. I mean, they're just over and over, you know. They're like, well, I don't like her because I really don't appreciate what she did to me that time, but I'm going to see her today at the water jug event. I think that's what
Water
they
jug.
say. Oh no, they're like, oh my God, I have to see her today at the hydro jug event, and it's like a big deal. So like, oh my God, we cannot fight at the hydro jug event. And then the other girl's like, oh my God, they're gonna fight at the hydro jug event. And then they do fight at the hydro jug event, and I'm like, wow, hydro jug, really? I mean, I sit here and drink a hydro jug every day. Where's my damn million? Here it is, right here. Where's my?
Yeah.
Why am I not invited to fight with people every day? I drink out of this thing every single day, hydro jug. Okay, you need me to tell Ben off while I do it to get some money from you people?
I'm so far behind on my Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And so now I'm in one of those holes where you fall so far behind that then the idea of like actually catching up is so intimidating that you just don't do it. And then you fall farther behind. So I'm in one of those downward spirals. I just have to fix it, especially because there's so much controversy and everyone has a lot of anger about this reunion that aired over the weekend. So, you know, I feel like I want to weigh in. But guess what? We're not even here to talk about any of this stuff. We're here to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, believe it or not, which we are recapping today, right now.
Right now, Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 10, 10, 10. And it's called
wins.
Blunt Truths. Oh, cute.
Oh, I
Sweet.
get that.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So Giselle is car shopping for a G-Wagon, and she only wants an electric G-Wagon to help the earth or something. She wants to help all the mountains of ice that are melting somewhere that may or may not have a protective shell over the environment. She doesn't really know. She just wants a big ass electric car.
Yeah. She definitely wants one, and she's trying to be a better global citizen, I guess. And she announces to Aaron, the car salesman, that her girlfriend's coming because she wants someone's opinion, which is hilarious. It's a G-Wagon. I mean, like you either want one or you don't, right? What else is there to say? Everyone knows what a G-Wagon is, or as I call
no
it,
one's
a
gonna
wagon.
Wagon. No housewife is going to come on and be like, don't get a G-Wagon, get a Hyundai, you know?
Or a Hyundai.
A Hyundai.
Like, you know
No
what?
one's gonna
Don't
do
get the
that.
wagon. Don't get the wagon. Here's what you do. Get an entry-level Mazda. Okay.
Yeah. So the person she chooses is her trusty friend, a very long time, very close friend to her. Only person she could trust to talk about G-Wagons with, Wendy, who she's liked for, I think, 5 minutes. So Wendy comes, and Wendy's like, oh, my God, my G-Wagon was stolen. They're like, no, it wasn't. You don't have a G-Wagon. She's like, right, never mind. Write it up.
Pulling right out of my garage. So Wendy she joins and she says she wants an electric car, and Giselle's like, oh, thinking about the G-Wagon? Nah. And she goes, I am, but I don't want to pull a Stacy, you know, because I want to tell you in advance. This is not going to be another Happy Eddie situation. So they're like laughing because, you know, Stacy is the copycat, allegedly, of the entire group.
Yeah, I love that they're making it sound like Wendy and Eddie went out into a farm and, you know, dug stuff up and put little seeds in and grew with their lights and all the. They are also an imprint brand, everybody, with another
But also,
company. Who cares? It's like another housewife coming out with moisturizer, you know?
Everyone, honestly, any housewife at this point is kind of a copycat of Bethany Frankel because everyone's essentially trying to achieve the same thing. Everyone is trying to use housewives to launch some sort of brand and hope they hit it big. So anything could really be accused of being a housewife. I don't think it's crazy that Stacey came up with a cannabis brand as well. I mean, it is hilarious that she named it Shayo, and that means joy in Nigerian, and you have Happy Eddie and you have like joy. If anything, I actually would wager to say that Stacey's branding is, I think, better than Happy Eddie's. Happy Eddie's looks like it's marketed towards, you know, college kids. I mean, maybe that's the better branding.
Yeah,
Stacey's actually
so.
looks like actually a sophisticated weed product.
Well, I mean, yeah, but this is weed. You know what I mean? Like, Stacey's looks like, oh, take a bath. You know what I mean? Read a book.
Yeah.
Take a bath.
Great.
Hey guys,
I'm into
remember
it.
Mary Higgins Clark? What a murder author. Read her while you're in the bathtub, which
Yeah,
I don't know.
100%.
It's weed, I want like Happy Eddie. I want like this probably tastes like bubble gum and Pop Rocks in your lungs.
But the thing is, every weed purveyor has that kind of vibe. So like Stacey's actually attempting to reach a different audience. Happy Eddie's, I don't know. Happy Eddie, first of all, I hate the name Happy Eddie, and I hate the Bring Eddie Out merch that they're doing. I think that they feel like these Eddie moments are more iconic than they are, and they just aren't. They like not even close to being iconic or memorable. But like to them, they're like, oh my God, this is the most hilarious thing. Let's copyright it. I totally support Wendy and Eddie having a business. I just don't love their branding.
Happy Eddie. Okay.
Yeah, just call me Donnie Deutsch.
So Giselle's like, what do you call those things with the ice? The mountains with the ice? Glaciers? Ha 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 ha. So Wendy comes and they're talking about G-Wagons and stuff. And Wendy says that she does want a G-Wagon, but she won't get Giselle's color. So now they talk shit about Stacey. And Wendy's like, sometimes people don't know how to tell you that they like what you're doing. So instead, maybe they mimic what you're doing. So I still like her though. I still like her. So Giselle's like, why doesn't that make you crazy? Ah. She's like, well, she's a nice girl, but why are you guys always on her ass? What the hell? She's sweet. And she's like, well, it's valid. Stacey's making beds that she's lying in.
Yeah. And Giselle is like, Stacey's a big fat liar. Everybody has issues with this woman and things that she has said. And I don't understand women that move like that because you're sneaky. You're sneaky. I decided I'm going to take a step back and allow her to live. I don't have any energy for her. I just don't understand why Giselle is so bothered by Stacey. It's so over the top. So Giselle is upset because she doesn't believe that Stacey's being honest about her divorce, when Giselle has spent literally 10 years on the show being like very questionable about her relationships with Sherman, like not getting back together with what's his face, her ex.
He himself said was just for the show and all fake.
Yeah.
I think
Jason Cameron, everything is sort of like, what's the real truth going on here, Giselle? And now Stacey is having this moment and Giselle's literally like nailing her to a cross. And then on top of that, you have this, what Giselle's really sinking her teeth into is this idea that Stacey violated girl code by talking to Chris Samuels. You don't even like Monique. You didn't even care about Monique until like not even at this scene yet. You still haven't even had your lunch with her. And suddenly you're going to take up for Monique with girl code just so you could like go after Stacey. No, I don't think so.
And have you seen all the stuff coming out about Cookie, by the way? It's crazy. Cookie's apparently a nutcase.
She said that she had sex with Chris or something, right? Cookie's a nutcase. I love it.
Well, I think we come to that later. But yeah, she's saying that she, I don't know, apparently she's just really messy. And she has all these fake accounts. And she was going after Love and Marriage. One of those, I guess DC, was there one in DC, Love and Marriage DC, where she was coming for all the people with all these fake accounts, and Cookie's a little cray-cray. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm about to say the side characters in Potomac are kind of hilarious. You got Cookie, you got Tally Ho guy, got all these sort of like
she went
low
to jail
level
for fraud or something like that. Cookie, she's got she's got a lot going on. Cookie's got a lot going on. In other words, friend of. Please give us a friend of.
In other words, give her a flute.
Yes. So they're talking about Stacey, and then they go test drive the car, and Giselle doesn't seem to know how to do it. I don't know. Was Giselle the one with the Mini Cooper? Who drove the Mini Cooper? Was that her husband?
Maybe.
Or was that only on Married to Medicine? The little psychiatrist used to remember when he drove the Mini Cooper and it made you crazy. Greg, Quad's husband.
Probably. I just remember Katie Cazorla used to have like one of those little smart cars, and I remember she pulled up once when we were doing Housewife Hoedown, and we were at that studio years ago, and I just remember Katie pulling up in this tiny little like box of a car, a thimble. She was basically driving a thimble with wheels, and she was waving out her window, and I was like, "That's a small car."
So she doesn't know where the D for drive is, and he's like, "We call that D plus now." So. Sorry for anybody looking for a drive. This is a Mercedes. All right. We've improved the drive. Okay.
D plus. Wow. Is that so it has a better grade than what every other car has? Which is every other car gets a D. So Wendy's like, where's Giselle? Do you know how to drive? And she's like, I own the road. I own the road. And then she just goes speeding around some, suburban Potomac Street.
Is that the Mercedes slogan?
We own the road.
Yeah.
I own the road.
Is it?
I don't know.
No, I think
Maybe
it's the
like,
best.
I own the night.
We own the road. I'm going to look into that. We own the road slogan. We own the road. I feel like I've heard that.
I would look it up, and my keyboard has died.
It's not recognized. It's not recognized as a slogan. What the hell? I thought it was.
We own the road?
Yeah.
Seems like a great slogan. We own the road. You know what would be great for? Like Bette Midler. I cleaned up this road. I own the road.
Maybe it's me every time tax season comes along. I'm like, I own this road. I paid for it with my taxes. Why is there a pothole in this road?
That's actually probably right. It's probably tax. It's probably insolent taxpayers. I own this road. You can't give me a ticket.
I pay your salary, sir. So now Giselle's like, in the words of Karen, nah, I need to punch it. Da. And so then we see a flashback in 2021 of Karen and Mia driving around when they got those like Lamborghinis or whatever, Ferraris or whatever to drive around. And Karen being like, with all this power, I feel like I'm getting moist.
So Wendy's like, oh, how's Cowan doing? And Giselle says, I don't know. I mean, don't you feel like she needs to be out like free Karen? And they're like, yeah. Either of them made any attempts to visit poor Karen? Or where is Karen actually? Maybe it's not feasible. Maybe she's not in the States.
Stick a file in a cake or don't call me your friend. That's what I say.
I feel like, I'm seeing Monique and it's like the gang's all back together. We need the rest of the gang. So that's why Karen should be out of jail, so that way they can have a complete cast.
Yeah, Giselle is sick of torturing newbies. She's like, God, I miss abusing Karen. Nah.
So
now they talk about what's that?
I said poor Robin left out. The gang's back together, and it's like I forgot about Robin.
Robin's such a baby, man. I mean, look, everybody else on these shows, they get fired, and that's when you start your campaign to get back on the show. You're like, look how much better I'm doing. Look how I'm going to, lunch with somebody from the cast from a long time ago. I mean, even Teresa's out there working door to door. She became friends with the Gorgas again. I just saw that she made up with Kathy Wakili. So
I saw that.
That's something.
She's going to Christmas at Melissa's.
Yeah, that means they're going to try and reboot the whole family aspect of that show. If you're reading signs. So if Teresa can do it, you all can do it. That's the most pig-headed lady I've ever seen. So come on, Robin, get off your couch and make an effort.
Yeah. Also, let's be honest, Robin. The reason why I believe the reason why Robin ultimately got fired is because she put information on Patreon before she put it on she withheld it from the show and put it on her Patreon. And I think after that, unless she had an amazing season, she was going to be out of there. And she did not have an amazing season. And then she's mad at NBCU for dropping her. It's like you made yourself a fan unfavorite. And you withheld information, and then you're going to be mad that you lost your job because of it. No,
yeah,
you should have come to your reasonably shady party.
Yeah, if you want your job back, you need to come out here and throw Juan under the bus.
I love
for the public's consumption. Okay, get with it.
Also, honestly, not for nothing, she was actually pretty good on the Traitors. She had a nice turn on the Traitors, and she was building back her image. And because I remember when she was on the cast on the Traitors, we all were like Robin on the Traitors, and then she was on there and she was good. And so,
can I be honest? I forgot she was on the Traitors, and when she was, you were saying she was at BravoCon because of Traitors. I was like, oh, Robin's going to be on Traitors. That's cool. Good for her.
Oh,
well, I forgot she was on there.
She didn't last that long because she was outspoken, but she was actually she was likable. She commanded a lot of attention. And it reminded me that there actually was for a good stretch of time on Potomac, I was a big Robin fan. I actually used to love Robin and Giselle together, and I used to really love Robin. I felt like she was really cool and chill. but she kind of, she got hardened. And I think just like shit with Juan, it's just sort of, it kind of like ruined her a little bit.
Oh gosh, poor thing. God bless her.
Poor thing.
So, flashback to 2020 reunion, because they're talking about Monique, and Wendy's like, "Oh, last time I thought she had a binder, baby," and so we see the binder when Monique was questioning Giselle, and I love that binder. I still love the binder. It's so funny. It's like one of those old picture books, like
it was so big
with the granny wallpaper cover and everything. And she's like, well, this is my little receipt book. Everyone has a tab. And Giselle's saying, well, Jamal and I have been through a lot. And they're going, oh, yeah. Well, you got back together, but he told his girlfriend that it was just reality TV and it wasn't even true. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So back to the present, Monique is, Giselle says that she's feeling good about seeing her and she's like, I guess Wendy's saying that she's feeling good about seeing her, that everything was light and everything. And Giselle's like, wondering where everything went wrong.
Yeah. She's like, if this is the same woman from 5 years ago, I do not want to see her. Rah. As you were getting kicked out of her house for talking shit about her in her house. God, there's so many good Monique scenes of Monique telling off Giselle. I hope this piece that Monique is coming with lasts for about 2 weeks. Because I need to see her come for Giselle. Giselle needs somebody to come for her. She's just got free reign over there. She's coming for everybody all the time. And I need somebody to make Giselle answer. For what? I don't know. Her wallpaper. Really anything. The color of her
Angel
living room.
Angel tried.
Wow.
Like,
I need a better fighter.
You called me a catfish. You'll get to know me. So now we go to a brewery. And Stacey is there with her friend AJ. I love AJ. He's so funny. And they're sitting outside with beers. And Stacey's like, I am so happy that you're here, AJ. He's like, well, I was not going to let this event happen without me being here. She's like, oh, yes. Tomorrow is so major. I can't believe that I'm finally launching my brand, a brand for Arabella.
And making history, right? On Juneteenth. And she's like, look at God. Would you just look at God? Look at him.
Won't he do it? I don't think... yes, like God controls everything, but like I don't think that this is like a big religious moment that you decided to have your brand launch on Juneteenth. It's not like it was like suddenly divine powers converged and we were able to do it. It's like you just scheduled it on that date. It's fine. It's good. It's great. It's a great date to do it. But like she's like, oh my God. So Stacey's like,
well, I like that the president just took away Juneteenth and then Stacey took it back. She's like, no. If Juneteenth isn't Juneteenth, it's not Trump's birthday, okay? It is going to be the launch of Shio. So, good mind. So, Stacey for president.
Yeah, truly. So, we see Stacey, flashbacks to Stacey talking to a photographer about, how Shio came to be. And she's like, Shio is going to be birthed into the world, photographer. I am the first Black woman in the state of Virginia to have her own cannabis business. And I said it to the girls in the group, and nobody even seemed to have the same feelings that I have, which is, I think it's like something that should be celebrated. I mean, where I am in the group, it's been a lot.
Yeah, so she sent a group text inviting everybody to the launch, but she doesn't know. She knows that everybody just loves to hate her. And so we see the text, and it's like, good morning, texting. Isn't this amazing? Anybody remember the Morse code? Won't he do it? Although we are not in the best place right now, as I launch my business on Thursday, making history as the first Black woman to not only sell a bejeweled camel on QVC, but entrepreneur in the cannabis industry in Virginia. I want you to know that you are welcome. It will be a Juneteenth celebration and perhaps an opportunity for us all to move forward.
And we see a flashback to 2 weeks ago, and Stacey's FaceTiming Giselle about it. And she's like, I'm working, Giselle. And she goes, QVC? She's like, no, Giselle, for my cannabis line that's coming out.
And then we see her at that Pride event, and Giselle's like, what's the name of this company? Yeah, Shio. Yeah, we named it a Nigerian name. This is so funny.
Yeah.
Are you Nigerian? Another instance of her not being genuine. You know what I mean? I'm going to go back to this kangaroo sandwich I'm eating.
I know. So Stacy's like, I'm always the one who's being accused of something. The latest thing is that Ashley and Kay are telling Monique that I used to date Monique's ex-husband, and I'm relaying messages. And AJ's like, wait. So they said that you did this? Yes, they say I'm calling him and trashing Monique.
And Ashley would know this how? Because Kay told her that somebody else said, and he's like, oh my God, all your old asses need to stop it. Okay, this is dumb.
Wait, I'm going to do you one better. Tia, Miss Prim and Proper, she tried to read me in the British way. Oh, you're an effing liar. In the British way.
He's like, well, don't you let somebody come across the pond and read your ass now. And you from the D, maybe you should speak up for your damn self. Put your foot down. Check them. I've seen you do it.
You know what? I am non-confrontational. It's just not my nature, as you will see in the rest of this episode. But I'm not stupid. There will come a point where enough is enough.
Let him have it. Let him have it in an empty weed shop. She's like, okay, I'm in.
Sounds like a great plan. So now we go to Tia, who is, she's at the real estate office, and she's just like chatting with this guy, Rob, and just having a wisp of a professional scene where she's like, ooh, business, real estate, mortgage, rates, ooh.
Having that business acumen, I've learned that quite late. I've got handed everything growing up. My husband had shitloads of money, like I went to school with Sting's daughter, and Boy George lived next door. Lots of knocking from the radiator in those days. Well, the lifestyle of the rich and famous was our life, and then the 80s went away, and so did a lot of the money.
Yes, unfortunately, Stingette does no longer text my phone calls, but that's okay. We still will always have our treasured childhood memories of going to school together.
Man, that 80s come down really was a bitch. That happened in my family too. My dad, we thought we were rich growing up, like rich, and we were not rich. It was all a lie. And then all the crash happened, and then we found out we were poor. That sucks. I'm still mad. I want to be rich. I want to be like a rich kid.
That's fair to be mad about that, you know?
Yeah. What the hell? 80s. Stupid 80s.
It is a little bit sitcom-y, though, you have to admit. Like, you have to enjoy the fact that there's a sitcom premise in there. I mean, it's literally Schitt's Creek, right?
It was, yeah. My mom actually went from being a country club lady to opening a snack bar in the country club. And so she had to work for all the country club ladies. And I was so proud of her. I mean, I still am, because that's like crazy. That's like a crazy thing to put yourself through. And she did it. And it was like a sitcom. Like all the ladies who were their friends being like, oh, Rhonda, look at you making hamburgers. So I guess you're going to miss your tennis lesson today. Poor thing. I'm getting a hamburger to support Rhonda.
It really is very much a sitcom. I mean, there was that episode of The Simpsons where Marge Simpson got like a Chanel little suit, and then she like got into a country club, and then she was like, but she only had that one Chanel suit, so she had to keep on like tearing it apart to make it look like a different Chanel suit, and then she eventually destroyed her own Chanel suit and couldn't do it anymore. It's actually kind of a brilliant episode.
She had the Leanne Locken.
She had the Linfinity by Chanel collab.
Yeah. This could be called 10 different dresses. You take off the skirt and wear it on your head. Linfinity.
So Tia then tells us, my dad didn't come from a lot of money. I don't think he made a lot of wise investments. So there was a lot of having, but not knowing how to sustain. And I'm actually very thankful, because that's an incredible lesson, which is never trust your father. He's an idiot.
Spend it while you've got it.
So she thinks she needs to call Stacy
Because I'm a little bit apprehensive about that invitation. We kind of started to form a friendship, and then boom, it was gone. Just like with the 80s, our friendship was gone. Unsustainable, eh, Dad?
So we see a flashback of a lunch where in the beginning everything was warm and lovely, but then we have the pool, the dreaded pool moment, which it's funny. You know, I love Tia, but I actually do think that Tia's like, she's on the wrong side for me right now. And I hate when my favorite characters are on the wrong side of what I like. But I think she is. And in fact, when that scene happened with Timo and he said he was traveling, and then Stacey said that, oh, Timo just got back in town. I was like, oh, I love Stacey, but you keep on lying. This is not good. But now thinking about it and then seeing it again on this episode, I'm like, you know what? It's really not the worst thing in the world. Like, he doesn't want to go to dinner. So he's like, yeah, I'm traveling. And then they're pressed about it. And then Stacey messed up. Stacey messed up the excuse. Like, that was her bad, like, excuse juggling. She messed it up. This is not the end of the world. And they're using this as evidence that she is like the biggest liar in the world. And it's like, it's a lie. Yes. But like, there's like just different tiers of lying. And other people on this cast have lied about way bigger and way worse. What do you think, Ronnie?
I'm just laughing because you're the funniest Stacey defender. You're like, no matter what. But no, I do agree with you. I mean, I think that this particular thing of the husband, we see her call and she says, so aren't you coming to this thing? And she says, oh, well, I'm not. Doesn't she say like, he's not comfortable around the group yet? She said the truth first. Yeah. Like, he's not ready to be around the group yet. And then Tia was like, but you said he was traveling. And she goes, oh, well, he was traveling. You just got back in tonight. So like, it just shows that her first instinct is to just tell a white lie, even though we know that she was telling that lie because her husband doesn't want to film with everybody. Right. So,
right.
And I guess she's thinking she can't say that, even though she did just say it. I don't know. But she's a little white liar. You know, she does tell a lot of like kind of innocent lies, but I can see how it would get on everybody's nerves. I think it's just kind of like the thing that we're going through on Salt Lake City, where do I think Meredith was drunk on a plane telling somebody off? Sure. Do I care? No, because I feel like they're all hypocrites and they all do this shit all the time.
Exactly.
So I'm like, why are you jumping on one person, you know?
I don't love someone who is doing lots of little white lies all the time. I don't love that at all. And so I get the frustration with that. And I'm not saying like, oh, whatever, she just did a little lie. It's more like the fact that it gets escalated to like a loud fight. It's like, does it really like merit that degree? You know,
especially from Ashley and Giselle, who are known to be liars on this show. I mean, come on.
I mean, I get it. It's like, it's rude. And like you invite someone to dinner and you're trying to make inroads. I get it. And it's frustrating. I've definitely dealt with people who I have a friend who I adore, but almost anytime I try to make plans with her, it's always like, oh, I'm just actually under the weather. There's some people who they will always give that. And they're lying. They just want to stay in. And at first I used to take it really personally. And then you just sort of say, you know what? You're not extend the invitation with no expectation that they'll ever hang out. And that's just what it is, because it's not what they can do.
Yeah. Meet people where they're at Lytown, you know,
Lytown.
Let's go to Lytown.
Yeah.
So Tia does call her and she's like,
oh, thank you so much for inviting me with that lovely invitation. But I would like to come and support. And I figured we could probably talk, because the way things happened at Giselle's event was not the way I would like them to happen. This is not the way.
So Stacey's like, well, yeah, your response to me was very surprising. And I'm confused as to, I don't know what's going on with us.
Oh. Well, I'm disappointed about Stacey's lying, but she seems like she really wants to make amends. And I'm like, okay, what would Jesus do? Would he just spend all the money? Oh, wait, no, but also what would he do in this situation too? Because I'm open. I haven't completely written you off yet.
Yeah, so they decide they're going to sit down and they're going to figure this out. So now we go on a date with Ashley and Beavis, which is super awkward. I still can't believe they're dating. Poor guy. It's not really his fault. But how does his hair get crazier every episode? Is he trying to fix it and it gets worse? Is it a wig? What's happening? I couldn't even tell today.
I was confused because on the last episode, Ashley decided that she was going to drop this guy, and then they're going to like an arcade. And I was like, so is she not going to drop him? But actually, it's a little bit of both. So they get there, they sit in it's like they're at like a Dave and Buster's, and there's like a guy in like a brightly sequined shirt being like, welcome, here's your seats. And so they sit down and they're like doing this driving thing. And she's like, oh, it's bucket seats. And they are having a very fun time. And Ashley tells us that
there's something like a little different between the dates with that Josh and I go on versus like maybe some of my older suitors.
I'm like, yeah, sorry, you're not going to a sample sale at Tommy Bahama with Ralph's.
It's just so weird to be with a guy who doesn't fart without knowing it.
You know, I said Tommy Bahama with Ralph's instead of Tommy Bahamas with Ralph. Isn't that weird? I pluralized the wrong word.
Well, there is a grocery store called Ralph's, so I can see what you're saying. So we see a clip from a date where they were playing beer pong. And she's like, wow, one of the guys I dated rented out a whole restaurant. One guy took me on a private jet to Vegas. And, you know, that's just like the caliber that I've been used to. So. Okay, so you just want a rich guy. Well, stop torturing the poor guys, you know, let him, don't waste all of his years when you're just looking for an old rich guy. And also look how that worked out. I mean, it was Gollum. Is it worth it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, also, you've been dating this guy for a year. At what point after the first date did you ever think that this guy was going to rent out a whole restaurant for you or whisk you away to Vegas? I mean, come on now. I just think she's not like very wise when it comes to seeing red flags with these guys.
Well, I think she was dating him because her stuff from Michael wasn't finished yet. So he's like a placeholder because she knows she's not going to try and get him to marry her or do any of that stuff. And she always has an excuse with him. Like, I can't get any further because I'm still getting divorced. And now that that's kind of done, she's like, okay, I've tried young peen. You know what? Yeah. I'd rather old peen with money. Bye.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then we see she said even Michael would like do very swanky dates. And we see a picture of her and Michael with a dolphin. The dolphin's like, whoa, big forehead. So then
the dolphin's like, okay, guys, I said a threesome for one night. Okay. This is not my lifestyle. Just please leave me alone.
Dolphin's like, that strange man is touching my ass.
The dolphin's writing a blog. He's like, there was a man. I got a picture of him. He's in his underwear in my ocean. They're like, oh my God. So, they go get some refreshments after their race. And, she's like, wow, that simulation was like so real. Wow. So, anyway, I'm dumping you because like we've been together a year. And to me, 1 year is like, that's like a time of reflection. Didn't you dump him for half a year to go fuck old people on Love Hotel?
Yeah, seriously. And she said, she was talking about how when she first met Josh, like her divorce wasn't finalized. And it's just, he was what I needed, AKA dick. Right. But now she's like, now that she's divorced, she can now officially look for, you know, a rich guy. So it's time to drop Josh.
So, yeah, she dumps him and she's like, you know, what I fear will happen is that, you know, you're young and you don't have kids yet and you've never been married. So eventually you're going to want those things. And I don't want more children. But like, if I were to have children, you know, it would have to be like now. And I just don't see you in a place that you're able to do that in a year or two. Okay. So I'm breaking up with you.
It's like, why do you say that? And she's like,
well, you know, it takes more than a relation than just this. I mean, like, you know, like there's financial elements that everybody needs to be aligned on.
She's like, I've got like $75 in my bank account. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think you fully understand where I'm at. You don't even understand my finances. You don't even know them. You don't even know what I do for a job. And that's a trick question because I don't even have a job.
Yeah, but like, let's just like keep it like a buck because there's like certain things, like certain markers, you know, like, babe, we've never even taken a trip together.
He's like, what about the mall? Hello?
He's like, we just went racing through Paris together on that machine. Okay. That was not cheap. You think Dave & Buster's is cheap? It's expensive as hell. Okay. And I like when she said, we've never taken a trip together. And he's like, so I didn't ask you to come to Pittsburgh to see my parents?
Yeah, we could do better than Pittsburgh. She's like, I'm saying like internationally, like we've been dating for a year.
He's like, oh, well, I mean, are you open to Toronto? So he's like, well, I don't need a trip to solidify our relationship. She's like,
but like we just need a trip to have fun, you know?
He's like, okay, then let's take a trip this weekend. Okay, like, I don't know, this may be crazy. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, beautiful this time of year.
There is a native casino 5 miles from here with your name written right on the nickel machines. All right.
It's called
Let's hit it.
Delmarva Peninsula. Delmarva Peninsula, everyone. We're
Have
going.
you ever been on a boat on a river with a slot machine inside of it? Oh, yeah.
What about the Poconos?
Yeah, so this is kind of harsh because she's basically like, you're poor and I'm leaving you. And he's like, oh, you don't know that I'm poor. She's like, yeah, I do. He's like, no, you don't. She's like, yeah, I do. You're not, you don't have enough money and you've got way too much hair on your head. Okay. Call me when your nipples start talking to your belly button. Okay.
And he's like, I thought we were on a date, but actually you just brought me on TV so that way America could see that you've just dumped me. So, okay, great. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
And by the way, I support
paying for these nachos. Okay.
Yeah. I support her dumping him, by the way. But like, it also was kind of funny because he definitely thought he was on like shooting a nice scene where he was on a date and he actually he got dumped. So he's like, can I at least walk you out? She's like, I'd like that. So they walk out, and I guess that's the end of Josh.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So now we go to lunch with Giselle and Monica, and we hear clips of them fighting in the past. And Monique's like, bottom behind trick. And she's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like a ninja waiting for the right moment to blow your face off.
Pastor Holy Whore. So Monique says, back in the day, I just think Giselle was a hater and she was miserable and she just wanted to pick on people. And I don't really know what things are going to like turn out like, but I've showed so much grace to Giselle on so many different times. There's only so much that I can take. And if you show me your ass, I'm going to kick it. And then she just laughs.
I mean, maybe that's not the right analogy to make right now. Mm-hmm. So Monique comes and, they're, making small talk. You look good, die. You look good, die. You look good, die. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. At least I could look cute, die. So they talk about how they have a lot to discuss. And Giselle's like, do I begin with drag me, Monique? I mean, maybe start with your own problems. Like, why are you taking it back to a Candace fight from 2018?
I know. And we see a flashback to Monique saying, I will still drag you, pregnant and all. And Candace goes, drag me, Monique. So I totally forgot about Drag Me Monique. So Monique is like, no. My dragging days are over. That's behind me. I've been delivered. Like, yeah. Well, it's also like you realize you're back on Bravo, right? Like the drag will have to resume. So she said, wow, so much has happened over the past 5 years. I mean, I had to really sit back and be like, why was I mad at Giselle again? And then I remembered instantly a flood of memories came back. And I thought, wow, there are actually so many reasons to be mad at her. So funny.
I couldn't remember why I was mad at you. I just have had nightmares every single night since you came back into my life where this giant neck is trying to swallow me whole. It's like, okay, yeah. That's enough now. She's like, but I've healed and I like to do self-reflection, because I was just so busy being the victim and I was mad at everybody else. And then when I started going through divorce, which you can relate to, remember, you got dumped. And it was like you start peeling back all these layers and seeing what you've contributed to certain situations. Right, Giselle? It's like, nope, I contributed nothing to my divorce. Nice story, though.
Yeah, I've been talking to my mom and talking to my dad and confronting things that happened to me over the years and finally making peace with them. And this was just like the one area that I hadn't made peace with. So when Ashley invited me to come around, I was like, you know what? This would be a good opportunity to continue my healing journey. But by the way, it doesn't mean you're off the hook. She's like, yeah, I'm not just falling on a sword. Here's a sword for you too.
Yeah. And so she's like, so what did you come up with after you reflected? She's like, well, you have a tendency, Giselle, to be in people's relationships. And I think that's where it went off the rails with the whole like trainer situation. Remember the big boy comment, and we see a flashback to 2019 where Giselle's like, the word on the street is Monique and her trainer were a wee bit too close for comfort, and big boy found out,
So Monique's like, yeah, that was messy. And she goes, and it was just like a little like, I went into protective mode. Totally, yeah. And I was always doing the protecting of the image and all that stuff. So it just became, like, okay, she wants to attack my situation, so I'm going to attack hers. And then we see that. And she says, I just felt so bad when I saw your daughter after I called out her father for being Pastor Holy Whore. And she's just gorgeous. You never would have thought that she was the daughter of such a huge man slut. Am I right? And then I was just like, I feel so bad. I didn't realize how my actions really impacted her.
So Giselle, Giselle, who's huge on taking accountability, goes, well, for me, our relationship, I felt at the time, the real live hate was coming from your side more than me ever to you. No, ma'am. So how would you even make up with this person? Who says that? You came for her from the first second she came on the screen. The first second, she didn't even do anything to you. You came after her for using her husband and how, crazy she was with her money and how ridiculous and braggadocious she was and all this other crap. You never, ever let up on Monique, ever, until you tried to use her against Candace. And that was maybe 5 minutes. And it ended up working very well, as I recall.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, Monique's like, well, I won't say that you're all the way innocent. She goes, no. I have my part for sure. My very, very small part, tiny part, almost not even there. So some would even say I don't have any part in this whatsoever. But I have felt sorry. So I want you to know that I occasionally will feel sorry.
Yeah. So then we see the barn incident. You gonna drag me? You want me to? Do you want me to drag you? Drag me, Monique. And then she drags her. And so she's like, well, I didn't want that to happen, but you get a mountain of shit that's been piling and it just takes one person to top it off. And I just erupted. And so she goes through her whole thing, which, we've all known she's going to have to go through this, right? Where you come on and you just basically, prostrate yourself? And she's just like, it was just, I was triggered. And that's not an excuse, but it is a very popular word in our time to excuse everything. And the way I reacted was terrible, but I was triggered. So that's what triggered my whole spiritual journey. So, there was bad triggering, but then there was good triggering because now I'm triggered to sell more essential oils for people's peace or whatever.
Not for triggered moms. So Giselle says,
one of the things I don't like about Monique, I'm sorry to interrupt, but one of the things that's always bugged me is that business name, Not for Lazy Moms. Who wants something called Not for Lazy Moms? I want something called For Lazy Moms.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're lazy? This will make your life easier. I don't want it to be like, oh, you're perfect and here's something for you. Who wants that? I think she should rebrand.
I fully believe that Not for Lazy Moms was a play. If you do an acronym with it, it becomes NFL Moms. So I think it's like, that's her like clever, like inside, like elder wag reference. You got to get to know me. Sorry, guys.
I never realized that was NFL Moms.
NFL.
Oh, what a dummy.
Yep. NFL. Not for Lazy Moms. I think she was like, I want to call it like, it's something that's branded for my fellow NFL moms, but I can't say NFL. So I'll call it Not for Lazy Moms.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So Giselle's like, I just couldn't figure out, like, who was the person in your ear that was making you be crazy? So in my mind, I just blamed it on your husband. You were making her crazy. You were the one. You were the one trying to fan that fight between Candace and Monique for the whole season, and it finally worked. I remember when that fight happened, I was more disappointed that Monique fell for it than the actual fight itself. I was like, come on, you fell for this. This is the oldest trick in the book. This is Giselle 101. How are you falling for this?
So Monique says, it was just pressure. I'm not going to sit here and just blame it on him. You know how it is when you're a public figure. There's a certain image that has to be upheld. And then I was also a perfectionist. It was just a recipe for disaster. Well, I was going to say, I wanted to come and just be like, fuck you, Monique. She's like, I know, right? Isn't it funny? Because I was just like, I don't know what this is to expect with this lunch, but like, I'm very happy with how this concluded. We both concluded that because I'm a public figure, I had a lot of pressure on me and you had nothing to do with it. And we can now move on as friends, right? That sounds perfect.
I love all the responsibility you didn't take. This was fun. It's like, yes. Yeah. And now we can talk trash each other, but we just have to be honest about it. And so they laugh.
And now a time-honored tradition, which is seeing someone go to the jewelers to look at rings that are way too expensive for their budget on Bravo.
Show me a $20 million ring. Good dude. It's for Kierna.
Okay, now let's hurry this up before I go back to my nonprofit that I work at. Before I get that $2 million ring.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I think he has like a private practice and this other thing, right? I mean, I'm not really sure, but he seems to have a lot of money. I mean, all this whole season is talking about what Greg's buying. Greg's buying a condo. Greg's buying a $2 million ring. Greg. I guess I should be more nice to poor people, like social work. That's where it's at. Cha-ching. Social work's the new Bitcoin. Find yourself an orphan and watch that money pile.
I just tried to type in Greg, like find out what he did, and Google AI, pops up, and they're like, Kierna Stewart's boyfriend is Greg Diggs, and they showed a picture of Kierna's brother, and I was like, that's a flower in the attics moment. I think I could support.
Okay, so Greg is there with the mom and the brother, and they're looking at the $2 million ring, and then that's a 20.7 carat ring, which is cray-cray. And then we see another one, and he's like, yeah, this might be too big for her finger, though. Yeah, so I'm going to have to, I don't know, clear some stuff off my credit card. Okay, these are all jokes, by the way, right? I'm rich as hell.
What about that $1,500 ring? Let's just look at that just as a joke. Wouldn't it be hilarious if I got her something really cheap and I told her it was really expensive? Let's look at the 15. You have a 1,200 one by any chance? No.
Kierna loves candy. Okay, do we have any rings that are edible? Possibly. Great.
Very small fingers. You have any lifesavers that we could just slip right on? Nope. Okay.
So Angel comes in and she's like, oh, hi, everybody. Elder Wag here. Okay. I would love to help you with the ring. You would know what ring I wanted if you just got to know me a little bit better. Okay. So.
I live by the river, so just think about that. It's crazy. It's crazy because I remember me and Kay sitting on the couch thinking, where do you think we'll be in 10 years? And here we are 10 years later, looking at engagement rings with Miss Shelley and you, her fiance to be, with me, an elder wag. Wow. Being an NFL wife, it's such a privilege to be able to do these sort of things. It's almost surreal.
Yeah, I'm so glad she called me to help her because Kay is very discerning when it comes to jewelry. Not men, but jewelry. Just jewelry. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna help her out here. So Kierna's then we see Stacy, the fight with Stacy, and Stacy's saying, well, I have a husband and a ring. And she's like, I don't want that one. It's cloudier than a motherfucker. I want mine crystal clear.
It's cloudier than a motherfucker. That's such a funny thing to say. Your ring is cloudier than a motherfucker. So they're looking. Greg looks so nervous. He's like trying to smile, but he's like so nervous because he's like, oh my God, I'm on TV and everyone's going to come down on me because I can't afford this ring and I don't even want to buy her a ring. I don't know if I even want to get married to her. You just see him being like, I don't have the money for any of this. And Angel tells us, Miss Shelley had her ups and downs with Greg, and sort of like the way my husband has had ups and downs with balls that he catches and throws. Wag. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wag humor. Sorry, you have to kind of be one of us to get it.
NFL mom. Okay. And I can use it. So she's like, yeah, for some reason, Miss Shelley and Greg are getting along great. Oh, really? Maybe it's because Greg just bought her daughter a condo and is now pretending he's going to spend $2 million on a ring. Gee, wonder what happened with Miss Shelley. Suddenly, Miss Shelley's fine with Greg. So then Michelle's like, so are you going to buy her the condo as a wedding gift? And he says, yeah. And she goes, so we're moving in with the ring on the finger. Is that it? And he's like, okay, are you helping me? Or are you hurting me here? What's going on? Okay. I'm pretending to buy your daughter a lot of stuff in this scene. Can we just be kind?
And Angel's like, listen, happy wag wife, happy wag life. So, I'm looking out for you. That's one of the privileges that I'm afforded being an elder wag person, is that I can look out for the younger ones, even the non-wags. It's our duty in life. So you're welcome.
Yeah, so they start looking at different ones, and the salesperson's like, well, we have an emerald cut. This one has more girth. And Michelle's like, yeah, we're going to go for the girth. And he's like, oh, God, why is everybody making me feel so small today? So now they're looking at $125,000 rings and an $180,000 ring. And Greg is just like, okay, well, before I make a purchase, I'm going to definitely have to run this past her. I want her to be into it. Right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. So the only reason why I'm not buying a ring today is purely because I want Kieran to be part of this. Of course I can afford any of these rings. I'm just not going to buy one right now on camera. I'm just going to, my mom always said, before you buy a ring, you got to go have a yogurt. So I'm going to go to the supermarket real quickly and have some yogurt, and we'll just circle back like maybe after the cameras are gone or not ever at all. Okay. Thanks guys so much.
Yeah. So what's the deal, do you think, with her? How did that story change so quickly from like the mom being over at her house being like, I'm so proud of you for getting your condo, honey, and standing on your own 2 feet, to this, like, now Greg has bought the condo? Did she buy the condo and now he's going to pay it off? Or is this a condo that's in, I need to know more about the condo. I don't even care about the relationships on this show. I want to know about the real estate.
I think Kiara sat down Greg and her mom and said, look, I got so much shit from you guys last year, from the audience, because of you guys. This is a paycheck. If we all want to rise up, I have to do well on this show. So you two pretend to get along. Okay. Pretend to get me a ring, because I need to stay on this show and I can't deal with any more of your bullshit. Right.
I'm going to rent a condo and then we'll just say you got it for me or something. I don't know.
All that stuff.
Okay, so then Angel's like, wow, it's just so brave for Kay to course correct where Greg is concerned. Wow.
So brave.
Just so brave. To go back to a man who shows you nothing but disrespect on TV. I mean, that is bravery, Elder Wag. Elder Wag here.
To go from chin checking to course correcting, it's just such a journey for her. So she's like, we aren't spring chickens. And I tell her, we are middle-aged wags. Well, I mean, I'm a wag. She's not, she's, what do you call a wife of someone who has a nonprofit instead of a wife of a football player? Is that a wan? Is that a wan P? I don't know. We're gonna have to work on that. I'll get together with my wag sisters and we'll figure out an acronym for her.
And the salesperson's like, oh, don't worry, hun. She's going to be happy with whatever you buy her. And Michelle goes, no. And he goes, oh, yeah, I agree. She's going to be happy with anything I get her. I know it. And the mom is just looking like, how did I even end up on a screen with these idiots?
Yeah, not up for it. Now Ashley goes to a store called Salt and Sundry with her sister Jessica, who's 17, sweet kid. Ashley is dressed like she's going to a cocktail party. And, her sister is just like dressed like it's like after school or something like that. And I'm like, why are you so dressed up for the scene, Ashley? Did you notice that? She's like in a little pink dress, like a little frill, not frill, but like it sort of goes out in the bottom. I'm like, why? You are dressed, you're like, she's in full glam. I'm like, you're in a candle shop with your teenage sister.
You're shopping for college. Like, you look crazy. And
why?
the sister's like,
jeans and t-shirts.
She's like, I just like minimalistic things. Like a thong? Okay, well, not today, but okay. Well, it's just so exciting because, I'm adulting and I find myself excited about like pots and glasses.
Oh, wow. That's
Nope. Still don't want to get a thong. Still talking about flatware.
okay. Pots and glasses. Have you also thought about like a 67-year-old suitor when you turn 18?
No.
Okay, just consider it.
So she's about to go to college, and Ashley is glad she can help her family because her uncle was there for her when she needed it. And so she's blessed that she can help her sister. And so Ashley's like, oh, a bathrobe would be nice, right? For your house. And she's like, wow, that's very specific. So we're here to talk about you, obviously. So
she literally says that. That's very specific. You are my famous and wealthy older sister, and the best you can do is get me a bathrobe. Thanks for taking me to Salt and Sundry, whatever that means.
So she's like, we're here to talk about you. Just talk about you. She's like, oh my God, Josh and I called it quits. And she's like, yeah, right. You just saying that. It's like, well, we haven't talked in 2 days.
Jessica's not Josh's friend.
And we see like a flashback to her, how Jessica does not like Josh. And she's like,
I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss Josh, but like, that life is not for me. You can only do so many fake Karen Huger driving video games before you realize you want to get behind the wheel yourself.
Yeah, she wants a rich dude. So she's like, I'm not asking too much. My man is out there somewhere, and I'm going to find him. I'm just listening for the soft beeping of an oxygen machine.
Somewhere out there, there's an old decrepit man with leathery wrinkled skin and mucus and phlegm in his lungs.
Beep. Damn it, I lost another one. Start the song over. Start the song
He was
over.
out there. He was out there, but he's not more.
So now she's talking about the dad, and the mom is saying that there was a chance that you weren't going to be visiting, and you really put your foot down about your dad and his addiction issues. And she's like, yeah, look, I put my foot down, but, basically they talk about how the dad is an addict, and she's like, yeah, I've been the one dealing with it with all these years, and I understand that people aren't going to change overnight, but like, what are you going to do? It's addiction, so she's crying. It's really sad.
This poor girl, 17, this is such a weight on kids. Feel so bad for her. She's crying, and Ashley is there for her. They have like a really nice hug and a cry. It's really heartbreaking. And this, I have to say, this girl seems to have a really good head on her shoulders, because she seems to have like sort of a mature outlook and like an awareness of the situation. But gosh, felt really bad for her.
Yeah. So now we go to Eddie and Wendy setting up their dispensary. Now we're going to have dispensary battles.
Yeah, I have to say, Eddie's doing like a pop-up, and it's like he's in like the foyer of some small, low-ceilinged clinic, maybe. I was like, I thought it was going to be when we see them like getting out of the car, I thought it was like, they're doing a pop-up at some convention or some place with lots of foot traffic, and it was actually like a very sad little setup that they had there. I was like,
It was a little dispensary, yeah. And I love Wendy, like, dressed to the nines, just looking all glamorous and doing all her shots in front of an ATM machine.
yeah.
So funny. So we see that he's got a zillion products now, and they start, and Wendy's like, oh my God, if I knew your pop-ups were like this, I'd come to more pop-ups. And so, she says the only reason she's here is because he's named one of his, flowers, the Nutty Professor. And he's named it after Wendy, guys.
Wow. So Wendy's, saying, one of the girls in our friendship group, she started a cannabis brand, and this person, the bud tender, is like, oh my God, that's amazing. She's like, no, you're supposed to say what a copycat, but you can let's try it again from the top. Okay, bud tender. Are they called that, bud tenders? Is that what the thing? Really?
Yeah. So then Wendy's like, yeah, Stacy didn't even want me to see the inner workings of what she had going on. And then we see a flashback to their lunch, and Stacy's like, well, with Eddie's business, it might be a conflict of interest to have you on site. So, are you kidding? What are you talking about?
Corporate espionage.
Happy Eddie is not trying to steal from Shio. Okay.
I know.
So not. Wendy's like, no, I'm not bothered that I wasn't invited. I mean, she's already stolen enough information from me. She doesn't need no more.
Yeah. So, then Stacy, we go to the Shio launch, and there's a line out the door, and Stacy and AJ are walking up, and she's like, well, I have so much body in such a little dress. Look at me, AJ. He's like, oh yeah, look, there's a line over there too. They're ready for you, baby. She's like, oh my gosh, guys, hi, Dr. Carmen. So great to see you. And we see this Dr. Carmen Cotto, who works with it, whatever. So Stacy starts talking to us about Shio and how it was a dream.
Something I prayed for. I would just close my eyes and I would say, God, please send me a drug empire.
I want to show my daughter, Arabella, no matter how big the dream or how small the niche, if you want something, you can own it, and you can create a legacy that will last a lifetime. And the producer goes, do you own it? Well, I love my partners, and I love my business partnership with Jushi. My partners are well respected, so I can't help but be successful.
So she's got two things. She's got gummies and gummies. So there's one called Rise and one called Rest. So that's it. So then we get a filter going, animation going to the next thing is not cherry blossoms anymore. Now it's smoke. It's like whoosh. So we go back to Wendy and we see all of Eddie's products, and he's got like 20. And they talk about how he named Nutty Professor after her. And he goes, yeah, that's why the THC is so high. Yeah, I got to put you down. You got to relax, Wendy. Just relax a little bit, babe.
Okay, fine. Give me the Nutty Professor. So then we go to Stacy, who's helping a customer. She's like, hi, beautiful. Are you getting the Rise or the Rest? She goes, Rise. Well, reach out to me on Instagram. Let me know what you think. Nice to meet you. So Jazzy shows up and they say hi and everything. And she's just so proud of her and everything. And even Tia shows up as well. She's like,
well, I'm just trying to do the right thing. I'm going to be the bigger person and celebrate her, and then we'll figure out our differences after.
So Wendy can't be here, but she did she was congratulatory, and AJ's like, very supportive. Very, very supportive, everybody. Yeah, she has been so supportive of my business. So Stacy is like, well, clearly I don't have everyone's support, unfortunately. Because Angel's not going to be there, and Miss Giselle won't be there either. And Giselle goes, yes, sir, I was invited. And I told her, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm. And Kieran is like,
thank you, no thank you.
So Stacy's like, but that doesn't take away from the celebration of launching a brand that's going to be a legacy for Arabella. Timo's not there either, by the way, because he is, quote unquote, traveling, as he always is. So back over at the other one, the budtender's charging someone for $76, and
Wendy.
It's Wendy.
Yeah,
actually.
She has to pay.
Wendy has to. I guess she's trying to be like, it's like when you vote for yourself on an election day, oh, it's an elect. But she can't remember her own PIN, which at first when it was like invalid PIN, I was like, oh, this is not good. Is this a sign of what's to come? But she remembers it, and she makes her payment.
Yeah, so then we see a flashback to their oregano rolling party. And she's like, but to see you grow oregano to actual flour, that's a testament to staying the course and listening to your consumers. And so they talk about how huge they are. And he's like, yeah, I can't copycat this one. So then back at the other event, Stacy's like, oh, try one. You don't have to worry about driving. They're not infused. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Why would I want your weed gummy? So I guess you can taste the flavor of it without having to taste, without getting the THC. I don't know. Maybe it's illegal to give out like just actual THC.
It's just Haribo gummy bears that she's just handing out. She's like, taste it. It's delicious. Doesn't even have any weed in it. So Ashley shows up and she clocks Stacy's dress because she's like,
funny, I wore this dress like last week.
And we do see footage of her wearing the same dress, which, I imagine it's just like a coincidence, but it is hilarious that they do keep on catching Stacy doing all these copycat things. And we see the footage and she's like,
oh, we have this. I wore the same dress. We have the same style.
She's like, okay, Ashley, you're coming in with a mess. Let's settle down. Okay.
So she's like, girl, if you want to be me, just say that. So now she's like, we're even wearing the same crimpy today because her hair's crimped.
Yeah.
And Stacy goes, I know. What's your inspiration? She's like, not you. So then we go to a flashback where Stacy is saying she got a message from Ashley and she's going to be there. And so Stacy was so happy and replied, I'm happy to see you here. And Ashley's like, well, I know we go back and forth, but one thing I do appreciate about us is that ultimately we can support each other. For example, you're married to a rich older white guy. So there's something we've got in common. I'm into that. Yeah. Does he have any friends?
You know what, Ashley, that was a very lovely sentiment. And with that said, I'd like to talk to you about something in private. And by private, I mean just 3 feet over here to the left. Okay, can we go have a fight? Thank you.
Meet me in front of the neon lights and the ATM machine. Okay, yeah, right here. In other words, 2 steps away. So, Stacy's like, well, I want to ask you, how do you want to move forward? Because I feel like you concentrate on anything you perceive to be negative about me instead of concentrating on how we can move forward.
Well, because there's always instances that made me see you in a different light, Stacy.
Well, everything that you bring, I've proven to be false, even the thing with Monique.
Well, you tried. I mean, Monique is choosing to let it go, so am I. And by me letting it go, it means that I'm still holding on to it, but I'm going to say I'm letting it go.
And also, Wendy is choosing to let it go. She doesn't have a problem with my brand. And AJ's like, what's going on over there? What are those old ladies fighting about?
Ooh, you're wondering what I'm wondering. Ooh.
Well, I have no qualms about your business, but I also don't want you to be a lying asshole about it.
Oh, okay, fine. Lying asshole? Really?
Well, can you just acknowledge that? Well,
Yes.
can you acknowledge that I've apologized and I'm asking you, woman to woman, I need you to stop.
No, I need you to stop too. I always start at ground zero with you and you give me something else. So if you stop giving me something, I'll stop talking.
Isn't ground zero like a war term?
Yeah, I don't understand what she meant by that. I'm always start ground zero. I think she's saying like I always reset with you, and it's like it's a blank slate. But ground zero,
I bomb you, I destroy you, and then I try and start over. I don't understand the problem.
well, are you going to stop talking and allow us to start at ground zero? I don't even understand the metaphor, but I'll just go with it.
Well, if Stacy stops lying, then Ashley stops talking. That's how that works.
It's like some weird version of The Shining. Instead of like all work and no play makes Jack an angry boy, it's like Stacy stops lying, Ashley stops talking. It's like some spooky ghosts. That's just
I'm gonna tell.
So she's like, okay, let's both agree. No more lies. No more hazing. No more lies. No more negativity. No more lies. No more evil.
Except how it actually happens is that they say it at the same time as if they're like doing like rock, paper, scissors. So it's like 3, 2, 1. No more hazing.
No more lies.
3, 2. No more evil.
No more lies.
No more
No more
negativity.
lies.
It was such a hilariously bizarre moment.
And Jazzy's like, whoa, those girls have been at it for weeks. I'm like, Dr. Carmen, you may have to up those percentages in the THC, honey.
So they both
Jazzy's just a classic.
Jazzy, look, there are two things I love named Jazzy. This lady and the scooters. I mean, it's a great thing to be compared to. So
Yeah.
Jazzy is actually those are rascals. Are they rascals or are they Jazzies?
I think there's both.
Okay. Well, either way. I guess they kind of agreed to move forward for now.
For now,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
For now. So now they're back with the other ladies, and Ashley's like,
Well, provided she doesn't keep being a lying asshole, we can be good.
so now they go and have some snacks. Well, they're a snack setup. They don't eat them. And Tia's still asking for water. She's been looking for water for a long time. This is not a very good dispensary. I mean, you're in Cottonmouth Central. You need water. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
We
realize
give you
that.
Cottonmouth.
I've not gotten stoned in so long that I've forgotten like all the basics. I'm like, really? I don't even remember that your mouth gets so dry. I just remember it getting hungry. I don't remember that. I will say Jazzy is a type of wheelchair, electric wheelchair. Rascal is the scooter. So for everyone wondering,
Aren't they the same? What do you mean?
Well,
Rascal's
I
not a
think-
wheelchair?
the Jazzy is more. There is more of like a scooter, like an Abby Lee Miller type that is called a Jazzy. I feel like a lot of the Jazzies that I'm looking at are more chair-like. Oh, there's one that looks like a bat wing. That's bat wheel or whatever it's called. Let me look at the Rascal scooters. I feel like the Rascals are more like scooter. Like they really are like a little basket, a chair, 2 wheels in the back, 1 in the front, handles. Whereas the Jazzy looks like it's a little bit more in the wheelchair space. 4 wheels or 2 wheels. Just
300 pounds. How do you get them in and out of your car if you're disabled?
Yeah, the little elevator thing, I believe.
Oh, Lord. That's a
I don't
lot.
know.
I need a
glad
5-pound Jazzy.
It's really important that we do some, make sure we honor the brands.
Yeah.
So Ashley is, So now they all go to a separate room. They're like, okay, it's time to have our end of the episode fight. So we have to go into private. They go into this room. It's like the employee lounge or something like that in this dispensary.
Yeah,
sit
so
down.
Ashley's like, okay, look, Stacy, I just want you to understand that I've been on this show for 10 years and, my feet have been held to the fire too. And that's just how we conduct ourselves. This is Real Housewives. So you are going to be questioned on stuff. And that's just it. So
Yes.
be okay with it, which I think is actually decent advice. And Stacey's like, well, okay, I'm learning that. I'm just hoping there's a way we can understand each other. So I just want to say something in this moment. As someone who didn't have a weed line, but suddenly does have a weed line that she never had. This conversation is great because I think that's where we're having an issue, for example. And Tia's like, well,
I want us to get to the bottom of it because you're pointing at me.
and she goes, okay. So I met you in the morning. You invited Timo and me to dinner. He said, no, thank you. I'm traveling. So then we see the clip of that. And Stacey's like, and then I introduced you to Timo before everybody else because I felt like you were neutral. But then Wendy called me and she said, why aren't you here? And I said, well, I never agreed to be there and Timo's traveling. And you were in the background and you said she's full of it. And that's not true. You said I was full of it.
No. You said that Timo just flew back.
Let me finish.
Look. Well, no, but that's what I said, and you were full of it. Ooh, and by full of it, I mean poop, disgusting poop.
Yeah, so we see a flashback where Stacey is clearly lying about what Timo's doing because she doesn't want him to have to go to this dinner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she's so now they're just arguing back and forth. Like, it was the truth. No, it wasn't the truth. And Stacey's like, well, I'm gonna tell the truth. And if I decline dinner with you, I decline dinner. It doesn't matter why. And the issue about my comfort level with Wendy and Eddie, that was none of your business. And she's like,
Well, I didn't specifically say. She said, how come you met Timo? That's why I said it, because she asked me why I'd met Timo.
and she's like, can I just finish?
Timo has only seen them in one.
Wait, but what is it?
Can I finish?
Land
Okay,
the plane.
it's like-
Just land the plane.
The plane that Timo's traveling on and he just got back from and he just took off from at the same time. Let me finish. I would like to be finished. Okay, so as I was saying, Timo has only seen a glimpse of them, as in the group, and that was from a very hurtful personal moment that happened in January. See a flashback to them basically saying that Stacey paid off TJ to be her boyfriend. And my reason for not being there has to do with Wendy and Eddie. That's what she's saying at the reunion. So Tia's like,
I'm going to tell you why I'm upset with you. When I came into this group, I had heard things that were alleged against you.
and we see a flashback of Giselle, telling Tia that Stacey lies.
Yeah, and she's like,
And I gave you the benefit of the doubt. All the while, she's calling me, and you need to have my back with these ladies, this and that. I never said that. Oh, yes, you did. You called me.
So then Stacey's like, you're a liar.
Well, why are you trying to hijack this conversation, Stacey? Because you're trying to build a case.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, if you just shut up for a second.
oh, you are not going to tell me to shut up.
Well, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted.
No, wait. Who saw? Okay, woosah, whatever you say.
She's like, no, this is the real her. She just plays prim and proper. She's like,
Oh, I do not need to play Detroit. I am prim and proper. I've extended my manners. Now watch which side my fork is on. The right side of the plate. That's called manners.
You didn't extend any manners. You didn't. You acted so unladylike.
and
Oh, you don't want manners? And you shan't be getting my manners.
want
Look at me
to fit
holding
in
my
so
knife in
bad.
the left hand. Suck it. Suck it.
You want to fit in so bad, Tia.
Oh, you are the person that has been in this group for 1 year, and you still don't fucking fit in. Oh, I said fucking, that's right. Well, where are the manners now? What does that say about you? Milo!
And Jazzy's like, you can't go swearing in her event. This is not Juneteenth vibes. Yeah, you're a tryhard, just like your fashions, Tia.
this is not Juneteenth vibes.
Get your ass up out of my event.
Oh, please. I'm
Get
leaving this
out.
office break room now. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Where else will I see a stack of Costco Keurig pods on display?
You want to act unladylike? Then take your things and be gone. Toodle-doo. I've had enough.
Well, I have other things to do today.
Get out, Toodles, Toodles.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh my God, that was crazy. Yeah, well, that's her.
And so Tia leaves and she tells the bud tenders,
Oh, well, I won't be buying anything from Stacy. She is trash, but you're great. Have a wonderful day.
Does anyone want some fruit or refreshments?
silliness.
Silliness. Well, I also like Stacy should have let Tia have her time because, Stacy was like, may I finish? May I finish? But then she interrupted Tia like left and right. So I did not think that was fair, but it looks like this fight will continue on for a while. We'll see what happens.
I think also because she had her friend there, she had AJ there. So he was like, you are going to stick up for yourself. She's like, I am going to stick up for myself. So no matter what happened, she'd end up being like, how dare you? How dare you?
Yep. But fun episode.
Yeah,
see what
fun
happens
times.
next week.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We will be back a little later with some Married to Medicine action and tons of other stuff this week. So just keep on coming back. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
It's always a party on Allison Block.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster. It's always automatic with Ashley Auto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit. We never miss her call. It's Diane Call. Sunday in the Park with Dylan Clark. Big yay, it's Emily Gauthier.
Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones. I go, you go, we all go for Hugo. Jamie. She has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B. K Sarah, whatever will be, will Lauren Silsby. She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson.
She sure is swell. It's Raquel.
Yes, we canna. It's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
Darn Skippy, it's Tippy.
And our super premium sponsors.
Make way for AJ Lopez.
She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Put us on a stretcher, it's Charlotte Fletcher.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. Hail the cork master, the master of the cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
She's a total knockout, it's Katie Manock.
In the study with a candlestick, it's Leslie Peacock. Gee, it's Lisa H. We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy. Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
There's a chance of meatballs, it's Rebecca Cloud.
Maximum love for Sandy Maximoska. She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
We cannot tell a lie, it's Sarah Tellefson.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Please don't stop, it's Soli and Pop. Let's take off with Tamla Plain. You'll always get the full story with Tori Parsons.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.